Hello everyone, in this video we'll try to understand the database structure. The design that we got earlier in our last video, we have converted that into a database. That means we have created this database. I assume that you have already done with these things like how to create table, how to create primary key, how to make primary key foreign key relationships, how to create databases and all those things. If you are not aware of this, you can go to all my basic video tutorial that is available at www.ManzoorTheTrainer.com, and you can find all these basic tutorials. So here I have the database ready with me. That is nothing but I have a role table where I have role ID, role name and status. I'm maintaining status column whether to make this role active or inactive. I got role. So in this I'll have role names like trainer, student, admin. In future if I require sponsors, I can add. And I have a single user table where I have user ID and email address itself. I am treating it as username. And I have password. I am maintaining password even in the same user table. I have first name, last name, gender, mobile, is active, whether this user is active or not. Or a trainer leaves the organization, we are not going to delete the record, we will say inactive. User's date of birth, skill set, XYZ. Now there are 4 columns that you may find it in almost all the tables. That is created by, created date, updated by, updated date. We normally call it as audit columns. Created by who has created this? The same user. Created date, when it got created. Updated by who updated this and on what date the record got updated. So we call it as audit column, which is very important for us to maintain the history. Now, next is your workshop table. You have workshop ID, workshop title, date, duration, topic. Created by, this is the foreign key that I get it from user table. So user ID will act as a foreign key here, and the name need not to be same. So user ID here it is created by, and the relationship is this. So I got the workshop table. Next is trainer workshop. Who is going to handle these workshops? So and so user is going to handle so and so workshop. So trainer ID, workshop ID. Trainer ID is nothing but the foreign key from user table. User ID here acts as the trainer ID here. Then workshop ID, created date, updated date, created by and updated by. Created by is the same admin. You can have that relationship here, but as of now, let us not worry much about that. Next, I have student workshop mapping. That is nothing but student ID is again a foreign key from user table. So I'll get only that ID whose role ID is the role ID of student. So I have got student ID and workshop ID from workshop table. And finally material, I have got material ID from workshop table, and created by is nothing but the admin who has uploaded this workshop. So I can have that relationship. So as of now, if I want to ignore, even I can ignore these audit columns, which are not very much important for us. But anyway, in your real-time projects, you will see all these audit columns in each and every table. So you can see that I have typically 2 tables without audit columns, and I have 4 tables with audit columns. Just I want to make sure that you can have this or that, but it's best if you go with audit columns. So in our project, in our course, we are not at all going to worry much about audit columns. We are not going to track the data, and we are not going to get much involved in tracking the history. Why? Because our main intention is to understand how to implement a project on layered architecture. So these are the specifications that you can go in detail once your project is ready. So this is my database structure which is ready for me, and the next step that I need to do is I need to insert some dummy records. That too, those records should be meaningful so that I can easily work out on my project. Normally, what is the thing that I have seen in almost many of the developers? They never go for inserting dummy records. They start working on the project, but they'll face many problems in future. So what I suggest is, whenever you have your database ready, try to insert ample of records with all the combinations, and that should be a meaningful record. Meaningful record in the sense, say I have a user whose role ID is a student, and I cannot insert that role ID in trainer table. That is meaningless, because trainer workshop should have a user ID of a trainer. So while inserting dummy records, be careful, and this is going to be our database for implementing the complete app. So we are going to insert some records. I have, say, some 5 records. One is admin, trainer, student, tester, and I can have a number. So in this way, I need to insert some records. Say 0 means inactive and 1 means active, the status that we are maintaining. So in this way, we should have ample of records in the database. As you might have heard about front end and back end. So this is our back end, that is Microsoft SQL Server, and back end is ready, that is database. Now the major part is front end. The next major part is front end. So in your front end, all the things comes into the picture: your presentation layer, business logic layer, data access layer. Now we will see how do we handle the front end part of this, and what is the process that we follow. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much.